Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's meeting. Before we start, somebody's got their speakers not muted, so y'all look at those and see if we can do that. We're beginning with a special call meeting, and then we will follow it with our normal business meeting. And that way, we wanted to make sure we had that on the record before we begin. So we'll actually be having two meetings in one. Before we begin, I want everyone to please take a moment, bow your head for a moment of silent reflection. Amen. Thank you. Before we begin, we'll call the roll. Commissioner Belser.
Present.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Here.
Thank you. Commissioner Howard is excused. Okay, we'll turn it over to Mr. Minges.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. For our first item of business, staff proposes that our next commission business meeting be held on Wednesday, August 26th at 2 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, the item for our special agenda meeting is docket number 2019-290-WS. We have a request for clarification.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Irvin.
the Department of Consumer Affairs seeks clarification regarding the bond that was approved pursuant to Code Section 58.5.240D. I move that we direct the clerk's office to schedule oral arguments at the request of the Department of Consumer Affairs. Further move that the rates under bond are stayed until further notice.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Irvin. You have heard Commissioner Irvin's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
I vote aye.
And Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
And I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, turning to our normal utilities agenda, item number 1, docket number 2020-181C, we have an interconnection agreement.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the interconnection agreement between TDS Telecommunications LLC on behalf of McClellanville Telephone Company, Norway Telephone Company, St. Stephen's Telephone Company, and Williston Telephone Company, and Teleport Communications America, LLC. The interconnection, of course, is between all of those and Teleport, the last company I named.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Belser.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Aye.
And I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 2, docket number 2020-183C, we have another interconnection agreement.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to approve the interconnection agreement between TDS Telecommunications LLC and Communications Venture Corporation doing business as InDigital. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Hamilton's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Whitfield.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
And I vote aye. And the motion carries. Thank you.
Item 3, docket number 2020-177C, we have a petition to intervene.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we grant the petition to intervene filed on behalf of the South Carolina Telephone Coalition. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Belser,
I vote aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton,
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield,
Aye.
and I vote aye, and motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, item number 4, docket number 2008-398C. We have a request by Telecircuit Network Corporation to cancel its certificate.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Irvin,
I move that we grant the request of the company to cancel the certificate of public convenience and necessity, as well as withdraw the South Carolina tariff. The company states that it has ceased telecommunications operations in South Carolina.
thank you. You've heard Commissioner Irvin's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Hamilton,
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield,
Aye.
Commissioner Belser,
I vote aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, item number 5, docket number 2019-209E. This matter concerns a rate rider regarding Dominion Energy's voluntary renewable energy program.
Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Mr. Chairman, Dominion Energy seeks approval of the rate rider embodying its voluntary renewable energy program without hearing. However, the Office of Regulatory Staff has reviewed this matter and recommends that the Commission establish a proceeding so that interested parties can participate pursuant to Section 58-41-30A of Act 62. Mr. Chairman, I move that the Commission direct the Clerk's Office to establish a procedural schedule in compliance with Section 58-41-30A. So move, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Hamilton,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Belser,
I vote aye.
Commissioner Whitfield,
Aye.
and I vote aye, and motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 6, docket number 2020-125E. Dominion Energy seeks to suspend its electric quarterly reports during the pendency of the docket.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belser.
by letter dated July 24th, 2020, Dominion Energy advised this commission that it will not be filing quarterly rate of return reports for its retail electric operations, beginning with the quarter ending June 30th, 2020, and during the pendency of its rate application in docket 2020-125E. These quarterly reports are required by Commission Order number 17,648. Dominion asserts that the information typically included within the quarterly reports will be contained in the rate application. Dominion further informs the Commission that it will resume filing rate of return reports for its retail electric operations once the final order on the rate proceeding has been issued, which would restart the filing on or before June 15th, 2021. The Office of Regulatory Staff has filed a letter in opposition to Dominion's declaration that it will cease providing quarterly reports during the pendency of its rate case. ORS maintains that the quarterly reports provide relevant and important information in a well-established format. ORS also asserts that a risk of prejudice exists if Dominion is excused from filing the reports because information typically included in the quarterly reports could be excluded from the application and that parties reliant upon the quarterly reports would lose a valuable tool used to navigate and review a complex rate application. ORS further states that it utilizes these quarterly reports because they provide valuable and timely updates and relevant information. Mr. Chairman, I direct Dominion to continue to file quarterly rate of return reports for its retail electric operations as specified by Commission Order 17,648 and consistent with the format which has been used for the quarterly reports. So move.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Belser's motion. Are there questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, ma'am.
I find it disturbing that Dominion would file this letter. I think that perhaps in a previous rate case they may have done something similar, but I think that it is important for these filings to continue so that the parties have the information provided. I know of no legal authority which allows a utility to ignore a prior commission order just because they filed a rate case. That's the reason for my motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Belser. Any other questions or comments? Okay. If not, Commissioner Urban,
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton. Commissioner Hamilton. Okay, I see you saying aye. I can't hear you, but I can see you. Commissioner Whitfield.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
I vote aye.
And I vote aye. Motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, item number 7, docket numbers 2019-185E and 2019-186E, Duke Energy Carolinas and Duke Energy Progress seek a determination regarding the qualifying facility sellers' temporary credits.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Mr. Chairman, in these dockets, Duke Energy Carolinas and Duke Energy Progress seek approval to pay certain qualifying facility sellers for a temporary period under a rate structure that uses the company's approved avoided energy and avoided capacity credits, together with the company's previously effective pricing methods. According to the companies, the temporary rates only apply to the limited number of qualifying facilities that sell power to the companies under a variable rate schedule. The companies state that the temporary rates would only apply to the period between when the companies installed new metering and billing system updates under the rate design approved by order number 2019-881A, and the time that this work was complete. Duke Energy Progress completed this work in January 2020. Duke Energy Carolinas completed the work in May of 2020. No objection to the request has been filed. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the company's request to establish the temporary variable credits presented in their letter and allow the companies to bill all variable rate sellers at the temporary rate credits for the period of time from November 30th, 2018, which is the effective date of the rates established in order number 2019-881A, until the time when such metering and billing systems updates were in place for each facility. Which for DEP, the billing period ended in January 2020, and for DEC, Duke Energy Carolinas, the billing period ended in May 2020. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Belser.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Urban.
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Aye.
And I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 8, docket number 2019-393E, Dominion Energy requests approval of its storage tariff.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belzer.
on August 3rd, 2020, Dominion Energy South Carolina filed a revised storage tariff. Dominion's letter was agreed with by counsel for the South Carolina Solar Business Alliance and Ecoplexus, Inc., who may be referred to later as Solar Interveners. By the letter, counsel for Dominion advises that following significant discussions among Dominion, the South Carolina Solar Business Alliance, and Ecoplexus, an agreement on the terms of the storage tariff had been reached. The parties offer that the revised tariff not only fulfills Dominion's obligations under the settlement agreement in docket number 2019-184-E, but also furthers the goals of South Carolina Act number 62 of 2019 by ensuring that Dominion is effectively able to integrate emerging energy storage resources while paying rates to such resources that fairly account for ratepayer benefits. I do note that the South Carolina Coastal Conservation League and a Southern Alliance for Clean Energy, which were also parties in this docket, do not oppose the agreement reached by the parties to the agreement. Based on the representations of Dominion and the acknowledgement and agreement of counsel for the solar interveners, I move that the Commission approve the revised storage tariff.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Belzer's motion. Are there questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman, while
Yes, ma'am.
not part of the motion, I would like to add and commend the parties for working together on the revised storage tariff. I think that they came up with a very good solution, and commend them for that.
Thank you. Agreed. Any other questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Whitfield.
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Belzer.
I vote aye.
And I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, item number 9, docket number 2015-55E. This is an administrative matter regarding an inactive docket.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Hamilton.
this is an inactive matter, and as a result, I would move that interested parties have 10 days from the date of the order to respond regarding the status of these dockets. If no written filing is received within the 10 days, the dockets will be administratively closed. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Hamilton's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Whitfield.
Aye.
Commissioner Belzer.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
And Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
And I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 10, docket number 2020-172E. Dominion Energy requests to continue and extend prior approved nuclear outage accrual mechanism to the VC Summer Nuclear Station, refueling outage number 26.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Whitfield.
Mr. Chairman, in SCE&G's last rate case in docket number 2012-218E, the Commission ordered the company to establish a nuclear refueling outage accrual mechanism for outages 21 through outage number 25, which spanned the next 90 months or 7.5 years. So here we are. The order provided that any over-collected or under-collected balance in the account would be carried forward with carrying costs from one outage to another. According to Dominion's, formerly SCE&G, filing of July 27, 2020, the nuclear refueling outage accrual mechanism will have expired on June 30th, 2020, pursuant to the accrual time period authorized by the order I referenced above, 2012-951. Mr. Chairman, in this petition, the company states that they will request an extension of the nuclear refueling outage accrual mechanism through refueling outage number 30 in the next rate case. Until that time, or until then, they will need an extension from the expiration date of June 30th, 2020 to the date of the order in the next proceeding. Currently, Dominion has accrued $128.9 million at a levelized annual charge of $17,188,807, and its actual cost was $132.1 million for refueling outages number 21 through number 25, with a current under-collected balance in the accrual mechanism account of $3.2 million. Dominion states that as a part of its forthcoming electric base rate proceeding, docket number 2020-125-E, the company will ask the Commission to extend the accrual mechanism through refueling outage number 30. The company further states that it will provide information about its planned expenses for refueling outages number 26 through refueling outage number 30, and will ask the Commission to reset the monthly accrual to reflect that amount, as well as the $3.2 million uncollected balance carried from the existing accrual. I would note the Office of Regulatory Staff has reviewed this matter and does not object to the request, subject to addressing the reasonableness of the undercollected cost at the forthcoming rate base case proceeding. Mr. Chairman, I move to allow the company to apply the nuclear refueling outage accrual mechanism nunc-pro-tunc as of June 30th, 2020, as established in Commission Order number 2012-951, and to A, recognize a levelized nuclear refueling outage expense of $1,432,401 per month, and B, record that amount and the expenses incurred in the refueling outage number 26 to that account. While the accrual mechanism will not immediately impact rates, Mr. Chairman, also in my motion, I would note the parties will not be precluded from addressing these costs at either a forthcoming rate proceeding or a future fuel proceeding. Mr. Chairman, that is my motion, and I would like to thank staff. We had a good bit of discussion on this, and I would like to thank staff working with me on this motion. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. You heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Are there questions or comments? Hearing none. Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
Commissioner Urban.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Aye.
And I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 11, docket number 2019-182E. Chairman, staff proposes that we carry this item over.
Okay, thank you. We will carry over number 11.
Item number 12, docket number 2019-281S. This item concerns Palmetto Utilities' request for a rehearing of Commission Order number 2020-431.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we deny the company's application for rehearing based on the fact that the stipulation between Palmetto and the Office of Regulatory Staff have made the item moot. So moved, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Hamilton's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Whitfield.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
Commissioner Urban.
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 13, docket number 2020-174-WS. Blue Granite Water Company requests approval of a water and sewer agreement with Fielding Homes without notice.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belzer.
in its application, Blue Granite asserts that it has sufficient water and sewer service available to serve the properties subject to the agreement at issue in this application. The Office of Regulatory Staff has reviewed the application and has provided an update on water restrictions for the York County Lake Wylie service area. I move that the Commission require Blue Granite Water Company to provide further information pertaining to the impact of the addition of this development on Blue Granite's service capacity in York County. We are aware that there were previous water restrictions placed on existing customers, and we're also aware of the wholesale water supply contract with the City of Charlotte. I asked for information or analysis that Blue Granite has sufficient water supply to meet its obligations to serve its current customers as well as any new customers resulting from this new development. Request that that information be filed as soon as possible by the company. Thank you.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Belzer's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton,
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield,
Aye.
Commissioner Belzer,
I vote aye.
and I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Item 14, docket number 2020-192S. This item concerns the application of expansion of service territory and approval of agreements.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Whitfield.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the company be instructed to answer the following 5 questions within 5 business days receipt of this directive. Number 1, have all the rates included in the company's schedule of rates and charges in the application been previously approved by the Commission? Number 2, will the homeowner pay rates included in the schedule of rates and charges to the Homeowners Association for services related to the provision of sewer services? Number 3, if the application includes rates and charges not previously approved by the Commission, explain why this application was not filed pursuant to South Carolina Code annotated section 58-5-240. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman, I agree with Commissioner Whitfield's motion. There seemed to be some inconsistencies or maybe some contradictory items in this application with what was previously approved for this utility. I think these questions need to be answered before the application can be fully processed and noticed.
Thank you, Commissioner Belzer. Any other questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Hamilton,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Belzer,
I vote aye.
Commissioner Whitfield,
Aye.
and I vote aye. Motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, item number 15, docket number 2020-152E. We have a petition for exception to regulation 103-327A filed on behalf of South Bay of Mount Pleasant, LLC.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the amended consent order and agreement between South Bay and Mount Pleasant LLC and Dominion Energy Southeast Services Incorporated. Although the Office of Regulatory Staff is not a signatory to the agreement, it will not object to the agreement. So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Belzer,
I vote aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton,
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield,
Aye.
And I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, turning to our transportation agenda, items 1 through 6 are new applications that can be taken together. Item number 1, docket 2020-175T, application of Journey Medical Transportation Services, LLC. Item 2, docket 2020-180T is Santee Luxury Transportation, LLC. Item 3, docket 2020-179T, Taha Transitions, LLC. Item 4, docket number 2020-182T, A1 Transit, LLC. Item 5, docket 2020-184T, Patricia Schamberger, DBA Harmony Transit. And item 6, docket 2020-185T, Dinner with Dimitri, LLC, DBA Dimitri Transportation.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we approve the new applications in items number 1 through 6 as identified by Mr. Menges. So move, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Hamilton's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Whitfield.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
And I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Item 7, docket number 2020-168T, we have a request for a name change.
Okay, do we have a motion on number 7?
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Whitfield.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we grant the request of Audrey Ellery Boykin, doing business as R Transportation 1, to amend the application for Class C non-emergency certificate to read R Transportation 1, LLC.
Thank you, Commissioner Whitfield. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Aye.
And I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 8, docket number 2014-347T, we have a request to amend.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Belser.
I move that the Commission grant the request of Minute Ride Taxi Services, LLC, to amend Class C taxi certificate number 8967A to read 15 passengers. So move.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Belser's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Aye.
Commissioner Belser.
Aye.
And I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Item number 9, docket number 2018-216T, we have a request for reinstatement.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the request that ORS comment on its position regarding the request of ART Transportation, LLC, for reinstatement of Class C non-emergency certificate number 9390 within 10 days.
Thank you. You've heard Commissioner Whitfield's motion. Are there questions or comments? If not, Commissioner Belser.
Mr. Chairman, I vote no.
Okay. Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Hamilton.
Aye.
Commissioner Whitfield.
Aye.
And I vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you.
Chairman, that concludes today's agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Menges. Is there anything else to come before us? If not, thank you for everyone for attending both meetings, our special meeting and this meeting, and we are adjourned.